Okay, meeting is being recorded. All right, everything's looking good for now. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're getting started with the OpenCV stuff now. Yeah, so right here in this first workshop, we're going to be going through like how to get OpenCV installed. It's actually super simple. And then after that, we'll go through like some of the basic commands OpenCV has to offer. Yeah, and then next week we'll be doing some object detection with OpenCV, and then the week after that we'll try to do some lane detection. And those are for like one is mainly RoboSub and the other one's mainly ASMELIC respectively. Yeah, but so to get OpenCV installed, really you can just search up like OpenCV install Ubuntu, and either one of these links would work. Let's just, this one's purple, so I'm guessing this one's probably a better one. No, this one looks more complicated. Let's go over to this one. Yeah, okay, there you go. I don't know if it's a little bit difficult for you guys to see. I'll just try to zoom in a little bit. So really, like the only line you would have to run is sudo apt-get install python-opencv, and that would be it. Like if it works after that, then you're perfectly fine. You're set up. But it says here in the description that while this is easy, it might give you an older version of OpenCV. And so like if you run these two lines, like if you make a Python file and you run these two lines, so you print the version of what you have, and it's like an older version, then what you could do is you could delete that, and you can come down here and you can build it from source. And what build it from source means is literally just run these few lines right here. So you literally just copy paste this line, you copy paste that line, and then if you want Python 2, you would run this, and if you want Python 3, you would run this. And really, there isn't much of a difference between Python 2 and Python 3. I would recommend Python 2, but it's not really supported anymore. So Python 3 is the one that people mainly use now, and this is the one that Gonzo would recommend. But it really doesn't matter. Either one you get would work fine. It doesn't matter, pick one. Yeah, and then you go through the rest, and that's basically it. So you just finish up those few lines, and then you're really done. And then if you want, these are optional as well. You can get these as well down here. Yeah, and then you just do that, and then you're literally, that's all you'd have to do. Yeah, so feel free to search up OpenCV install Ubuntu. So you could either click that link or this other link here that was the first one that I clicked on. You can come and it'll tell you a bunch of lines to run and things to do. This one looks a little bit more complicated, so I'm not sure what's going on with this one. So the other one's probably much more simpler to follow. Gonzo, if you're there, do you want to give a quick overview of what OpenCV actually is?
Sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So OpenCV is basically just
No. I'm kidding.
You hurt his feelings. See what you did.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, Open OpenCV is a computer vision library, and its main function is aimed towards computer vision. But you can also do things like image processing and augmentation on images. It's kind of a brief overview of OpenCV.
Yeah, and that's basically what we'll go over today, is like some of that augmentation stuff and how to open up images and things like that. Yeah, so me and Gonzo try to spend some time setting up like the most like basic things that you can do with OpenCV. So we kind of like to think of computer vision as like you have like a cliff, and OpenCV is like the easy part at the very top. And then once you get to the edge of the cliff, like you kind of get better at OpenCV. It's just a straight drop down after that, and just good luck. but OpenCV is actually very simple. It's it's kind of like self-explanatory for most of it, but I'll go through like some of the more basic commands. So where are we at? We're here. So let's go into here. Let's go into here. Where do we want to work today? Let's work in, we worked in RoboSub the last 2 times, so we'll go into ASME this time. Let's go into this folder right here. Sure. And then I'll make a folder in here. What is this? Workshop 9, right? We'll work in this little folder right here. Okay. So yeah, so that right there was how to get OpenCV installed. That's really all you have to run. There's like plenty of different tutorials for how to do it. You guys should have Ubuntu 18.04, just in case you're confused on which one you have. It should be 18.04, so you can ignore the 20.04 ones. But yeah, that's all there was to that. The other command that you can run here, or not command, the other thing you can search here is OpenCV Python tutorials. So if you search that on Google, it should bring you to this, right? And if you click on, I guess this one and go back one folder, there you go. It brings you right here. So let me zoom out. It brings you right here to OpenCV Python tutorials, and then it's just like a whole list of a bunch of different things you can do. So they have like machine learning, camera calibration, analyzing videos, feature detections, just like a bunch of different stuff in here. And actually, if you click on Intro to OpenCV, they have one for installing OpenCV Python in Ubuntu, and that takes you to the one that I was just showing you. So like sudo apt-get, this is like that same exact thing I was just showing you. So if you go there, you can click on that, but I'm gonna go back a little bit. And we'll go into this next one, which is Gui Features in OpenCV. GUI is graphical user interface. And then I guess we'll get started with the very first one, which is just like how to open a file in Python. So over here, what I'll do is I will make a text file, a Python file. Let's name it like image open, I guess, image open.py. And then over here on this side, you can see here there's it says like hashtag include IO stream using namespace. Some weird stuff is going on, right? That's because you're on C++. So actually, if you click over here to Python, this is the Python version of it. So you have C++ and Python. And we'll be using Python for ours because it's a lot simpler. So the Python version, you can just go import CV2, and that just imports, basically imports all of the OpenCV commands. I guess import system, I'm not sure if you really need that, but I'll run it just because they want me to. And then you can load in an image into here. So I could say, maybe first I should get an image. So you can really search for like literally any image you want. Let's go with like let's go for a Coke can. Just because, how about this image? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Is there a normal photo of a, this is like paid sponsorship. Where was I just at? Where did I go? This one? Sure, why not? Let's go with this one. Where is it? Save image as, let's just name it Coke. And save that. And then that downloaded, I'll go over here. Actually, I can show you guys how to do that with the terminal as well. So if you want to to move something, you can go into the downloads folder. Make sure you do everything correctly. There you go. And there's 200 things in here, but there's a coke.jpg right there. And just for practice, I'm just doing it with the terminal just because. But you can go move coke.jpg and then give it the path. So like Aren, workspace, source, ASME, ROS nodes, source, workshop 9, and put that in there. So now if I leave and I open a new terminal and I do ls, you can see there's a coke.jpg in here. So now I can go, I can get out of here and I can finish up this. So it wants me to do cv.imread. And one thing you can notice here is I only ran import cv2 and they ran import cv2 as cv. So that means that here in their commands, they're just doing cv dot because they imported it as cv. But since I just wrote import cv2, I would just write cv2 instead of cv. It's like a little bit extra just to get rid of one number. You could do that. It saves you a little bit of extra typing if you're running a bunch of cv commands, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter for me, so I'll do it like this. Let me see here. It should just be image is equal to cv2 and then you give it the path. So let's try this and see if this works. Coke dot, I think it was a JPEG like that. So read coke.jpg, and coke.jpg is in that same, that's one thing you want to make sure about, is it's in this same folder. If it was in a different folder, it might be in like pictures / coke. So it might be from here, there's another pictures folder, and then there's the coke.jpg file. So you have to know like where did you put that photo. So just keep track of that. Yeah, so then we have that. The way they're doing it is a little bit fancy. We could just do it this way. So we could just go with while true. Let me check over here so I don't write something wrong. Yeah, so cv2 dot image show. Yeah, okay, cool. And then here you can put like the name of basically image show. It's you give it an image and it'll show that image in like a frame. And then the first one is like, what's the name of that frame? So I could call this like Coca-Cola right here. And then I give it the name of the image. And over here, I named it image. So I named it IMG. So like, to make things like less confusing, I can name it like, like my Coke, right? And over here, I would put in my Coke. So far, this is just showing, it takes in the coke.jpg, and this will show that coke.jpg on your computer, basically. So it's just like actually like opening the photo. But after that, they have this line. The way we did it was with this. I'm gonna go with ours, just because I believe it's the right way to do it. I don't know if the way they're having it is like kind of old or something, but I'll do it this way just because it's basically the same exact line. I'll show you guys what this is in 1 second here. Let me just write it out. Oh, there we go. Okay, that should be correct. cv2.wait key 1 and O 0 dash F. Oh, it should be an X. There you go. All right. So basically, this means this while true statement here is basically saying like always just show this. And then in here we're going to say if we press the letter Q on the keyboard, Q for quit, then we're going to say like break. So get out of this while true loop. So break is like is a fun thing in Python where whenever you have a while true, you can break out of it with this. But before we break out of it, we also want to we also want to close this window, right? So we have a command called cv2.destroy, is it capital? Yeah, destroy all windows, just like that. And cv2.destroy all windows will literally destroy like every window that you opened up. And I think that's the entire code. That's literally all you would need is give it an image, show the image, and if you press Q, destroy the image that you're showing and leave the while true loop. And if I go ahead and save that, and then I go Python image open.show, it says invalid syntax. I missed this colon at the end over here. Now let's try again. And there you go. Okay, cool. So it shows your image. It shows in the bottom. I can't point. Oops. It shows in the bottom left here your x and y. So like over here, your x is 0. You move over, your x reaches 400. Then at the top it's 0, and then it comes down to 400. And then it also shows you the RGB values at like every point. So like this one, R is super high, obviously. You come over here to like the gray portion, and they're all kind of at a high value because obviously like white is complete 255s, right? And black, if I can get to there, right there, see how it's like 0? So black is like 0 and white is 255s. And you can actually mess around with that if you Google like RGB colors. You can mess around with the numbers and see like what kind of color you should get. But yeah, this is just showing like the actual image. So let me close. Okay, so let me press Q in here. Okay.
You have to press Q on the frame.
On the frame? All right, you're right. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so then that's the image open file, and then that's the cook.jpg file. Thanks, by the way, Gonzo. Yeah, one thing I was gonna say, I forgot to mention in the beginning is this can get a little bit annoying, like just like closing the files and running everything and like opening and closing things back up with nano and just a bunch of stuff like that. So if using the terminal gets like that annoying, one thing Gonzo showed me was this thing called Visual Studio Code. And if you open that up, it helps a lot. So it helps you like see, like a bunch of stuff that you're working on. So like right here, it shows you like, this is my workspace. You can click on this and it'll like drop down all of the files that you have. And then you can just click on the file and it'll show like what that file is. And it's actually like super useful. I'm not using it in the workshop just because I'm not 100% familiar with it. I don't want to like get messed up and then have to spend like 15 minutes figuring it out. So I'll just stick to my terminal and my nano. But I 100% recommend like actually using that Visual Studio Code stuff. But yeah, so that was opening an image. Now I'm actually gonna copy that file, and then I'm gonna make another one that's called image gray.jpg or .py. So this one here was how to open an image. Now I'm gonna edit this one right here. So I'm gonna edit image gray. And if you could tell from the name of it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this image gray. So so actually, if I go over to, oh yeah, and by the way, underneath this, it explains like what every line does and just goes through all that, but I'm gonna leave that for now. And let's see here. Might not be in this one. Let's go back one, whatever this is called. Feature detection, image processing. It's probably an image processing. And changing color spaces probably. Yeah. So there's a bunch of different things you can do with all this stuff. So This is one version. This one's using blue, so it might be a little bit annoying for us. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't mess around with this just to be safe. Yeah, anyway, I'll just do it over here. So basically, there's different commands you have that you can mess around with. So one thing you could do in here is you could say, it's like over here I had my Coke, and then over here I'll say like gray Coke is equal to, and then the command is cv2 dot cvt color. And I feel like if I search up cvt color OpenCV, it should, oh, it does take me to the color spaces. That's weird. All right, well, let's try clicking here. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to find some example codes on here. RGB to gray, that's one example. Do they have a, I know there's like a list, they have a long list of the different OpenCV commands, and you can go through them. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, this is some of them. So it explains like what all of these do down there. So I believe the one that we're looking for is, what's it called? RGB to gray, no, BGR to HS. No, that's not right. CV2 dot RGB, it should be RGB to gray. Let me look through here. RGB to gray. It should be this one right here. So let's try this out and see if this one works right here. So cvt.color, and then we have to give it the image, my Coke, and then we tell it what do we want to do to my Coke, and we want to make it gray, right? So then we would run right in here, we would run cv2 dot, should be color underscore BGR to gray. Okay, let's hope that works out. So gray Coke is equal to cv2.cvt color my Coke, comma, change color from blue, green, red to gray. And then instead of showing my Coke, we want to show gray Coke. All right, let's save that and then let's try that out. Hopefully we did that right. So Python image gray. There you go. Okay, awesome, it did work. So there you go. So now we have a gray image, and then instead of the blue, green, red that was originally down here, now it's just like light. So like here we obviously have like complete white, so it's at 255, and then you go over to gray and it's at like 220. You go over to the darker colors, it goes down, and then you go to like black, and it's obviously like, if I can get in there, there you go, it's at like 0. So it just changes, basically it changed all of that blue, green, red, and it changed it all down to grayscale. And another thing, whoops, I should have pressed Q, but it doesn't matter. Another thing you could do is you could open up both at the same time. So I could have like another line right here that's cv2 show image. Maybe I should name this one Coca-Cola, and then name the one down here as like gray Coca-Cola, and then this one is my Coke. So show my Coke, so the original Coke, and name it Coca-Cola, and then show gray Coke, which is the gray version of it, and name it like gray Coca-Cola. And then whenever you press Q, destroy all windows. And if I save that, and then I go, could even open up a new one over here so I don't have to keep leaving this file. Python image gray. See, now it opened up 2 of them. And then I have the gray one, and then the original. And there you go, side by side, everything is working, everything looks good so far. So then let's press Q this time. And there's actually a bunch of different things you could do here. It's not, you don't just have to make it grayscale, so you could actually like go into here and these are all of the color conversion ones. So just a bunch of different ways you can convert the colors around. Let's see here. They had a portion that talked about all of the different options. I'm not able to find it right now, but I'm sure if I Googled for a little bit, I could. I just don't want to waste too much time. But I'll show you guys like some of the other stuff that they have. They also have like another one that's called Color Map Ocean. And let's do Control O and Enter, and then go over here. And then if I do Python image gray. Oh, whoops. There shouldn't be a color before here. Now try. There you go. See, so now instead of gray, it actually it changed all of the reds to an ocean color. So it changed all of the reds to like a blue. And notice how like the colors and all that stuff, they're actually gone in the bottom left now. And see at the top, I guess I didn't mention it before, but see how it says Coca-Cola in this window and it says gray Coca-Cola in that window. So it actually put the names and everything on the two. That's just something to note. But yeah, so that's like the most basic stuff in here. There's also, if I press Q, there's also some other stuff. So the other nice one was the canny one. Let me just check where was the line for that. There you go. Yeah. So if I delete this stuff, instead of CVT color, another command that you actually have in here is it all caps? No, it's normal. Is cv2.canny. So if I let me see here. If I grab this and I go all the way up here, that's color conversion, and then that's all right, anyway, I'm just going to ignore the side on the left. We have cv2.canny, and then basically what you give it is your image, and then you give it a certain like threshold. And if I save this and I come over here and I run it again, what it did is it gave me an outline of, it gave me an outline of what my Coke was. So it took all those lines and all those things I had detected, and it gives you an outline. It's actually like pretty accurate. So it gave me like, okay, so I see a Coke right here, and you can kind of read this, even though it's only the outlines. And that's just another like fun command that OpenCV has. But yeah, so that's like all of the basic stuff that you can do. Obviously, for our competitions, we're not just going to be feeding it images. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving it videos, right? So really to change from images to video is actually pretty simple. All you would have to do is you would have to go into this one right here, and instead of image read, you would just do video capture. I'm just checking over here every time, so I make sure I give it the right command. And do I have a video? I do have the video of when I was doing lane detection stuff. Yeah, this one right here. Let's see. Yeah, so if I open up this, yeah, okay, I guess we'll do that one. Yeah, sure, why not? So I'll move this into here. It's actually going to take me longer to do it this way than doing it with the terminal. Move that into ASME, move that into ROS nodes, and then move that into source, and then move that into workshop 9, and there you go. Okay, it's in there. This thing is in the way. I can't exit out. There we go. Cool. Okay, so then now if I open up a new terminal and I do ls, we can see it's right here. Line test.mp4. So then that captures the video. Yeah, okay, cool. So that captures the video, and then you just have to add this extra line into the while true. So you would run return and then give it some name. So like the frame, I guess, is equal to my coke dot capture. No, sorry, my coke dot read. So I gave the video and I put it into my coke. Maybe I should rename this stuff. So instead of my coke, I can name this like my video, let's say. All right, and then over here, I would say my video dot read and put the frame into this variable named frame, and then you can just ignore this return part. You just have to put that there, but just know that frame is the part where the frame will go into. And then I'll comment, I'll just do it like this. I'll comment that line out for now. And so this line, instead of, actually no, this is correct. So then it would just be frame. Just want to double check. Yeah. Yeah, so then now that we took the video, we read like the very first frame and we put it into this variable called frame. And then we want to say image show frame, and then I'll name this one like original. And then I could also actually run this line at the same time. Maybe I shouldn't make it too complicated now. For now, I'll just leave it like this. So read the video, put it into frame, and then image show named like original, show that frame. And then down here, they also need this one extra line that is my video dot release. And the reason you'll need this is because sometimes you're gonna be using like a webcam instead of this actual thing. So I'll show you guys that in a second as well. But you just throw that line in there just because. Don't worry about it right now. Yeah, so then we do Python image gray.py. It should work. There you go. So it shows the video, and then it ends the video. Hopefully that wasn't super laggy for you guys. But yeah, so that was all there was to that. And then I'm gonna uncomment this line right here. And I'm gonna put this gray is equal to cv2 dot, it was my, what was it, cvt color? My cvt color, no, sorry, cvt color. And then we give it the name of it minus frame. And we also tell it the command, which was color underscore BGR to gray. Okay. So now we're taking in that same frame and we're running that same gray conversion to it, right? And oh yeah, one thing I should mention is it takes in one frame and then it loops it back again. And then it takes in the next frame and it loops back again, it takes in the next frame. And so like every time it runs this, it takes every single frame as an image and it runs like the rest of your code perfectly normally, just like it's messing with an image. But then at the very top, it just starts up with a new image, and that's all they're doing there. That's all like the fancy stuff that's going on. Yeah, and then I'll uncomment this line. Maybe I should put some spaces in here so this makes a little bit more sense. So we read the video and put the frame into here. Then we say that that the gray version of the frame is put into this variable called gray. And then I want to show the frame and I want to show gray. And then I'll name this, instead of original, we'll name this gray version. How about that? And then if I save that and I go over here and I run this again, BGR to gray is not defined. Let me double check.
You're missing the CV2 dot color.
Yeah, that was it. Thank you.
No problem.
CV2 dot. There you go. Now we'll try it. There you go. Now you have the original and the gray version. And then you can run it again. Hopefully it's not super laggy for you guys. There you go. You have the gray version and the original version. And really that's all there is to that. Let's see. So that was going over how to get videos into here, going over how to show a photo, how to make things gray and how to change the color to different things and the edge detection stuff. You could also do edge detection with this one if you wanted to. I'll let you guys do that if you want to. It's just literally changing this to canny and then putting 100, 200 into here. So that's all there is to that. Let's see. The only last thing that I wanted to go over was to go over adding rectangles and things like that, because that's another kind of important thing to know. So let me open this up really quickly. Right. Okay, let me do it over here. So let me see if we can figure this one out right here. If I X out of here and I go back to tutorials, hopefully we'll be able to find it. So let's check Gui Features. I believe it was in here, right? And then you have drawing functions in OpenCV. And if I click on that, it shows me this is how you draw a line. And then this is how you draw a rectangle and a circle and an ellipse and a bunch of stuff like that, and how to put text and stuff. And then it shows you like this is like the result, right? But let's do this to our Coke image. So let me exit from here because we messed that one up a bunch. So now let's mess up the original, let's mess up this guy right here. Things were so simple back in the day over here. Let's see. So we want to see from right here. We want to run this command right there. Not sorry. We want to run this one. Let's put a rectangle in here. So if you remember from whenever we ran this code right here, let me open this up. This is one thing to keep in mind. Is if I do Python image open, notice that whenever I hover my mouse in like the bottom right corner over here, the X and Y axes right here are reading 400 and 400. So this photo is 400 pixels by 400 pixels. And just keep that in mind when we're over here. So 400 pixels by 400 pixels. So right here, I'm going to say CV2 dot rectangle. I give it my image, which is my Coke. And then I give it the starting location. So, okay, whatever. I give it the starting location. So this one here, this is the X and the Y of the top left corner. So the top left corner, the X and Y. So for us, we could go with, actually this is one other thing we could do is I could do Python image open.py. let's put a rectangle around this guy. So like the top left corner, right about here, I guess, is reading 102, 45. So let's put in here 102, 45. And then the bottom right corner, where is it at? There you go. Then the bottom, where'd it go? There you go. Then the bottom right corner right here is going to be just about, let's say 294 by 371. So 294, 371. Let me make this a little bit more compact. Let's just do that, and then do that, and then do that. Okay. So top left corner was this XY, and bottom right corner is this XY. And then the next one is asking for the color of the rectangle. So this is in like either red, green, and blue, or it's in blue. I'm pretty sure it's actually in red, green, blue. So this first one would be like red, this one is green, and this one is blue. So like, let's say I wanted to make my line green, I would do 0, 255, 0. And that would give you like a green line. For now, I'll just put that for now, and then we can mess around with that later. And then the next one is the thickness of the line. So like, how many pixels thick should that rectangle be? Because you could have like a really thin rectangle, or you could have like a fat rectangle that goes around it. They put 3. I guess we could go with 3 as well. That sounds like a decent number. And that's really all you have to do, is you just have to give it this information: top left, bottom right, the color of the line, and how thick should the line be. And then you give it the image, and that's all you have to do. And it'll add this rectangle onto your Coke. So then if I go save, hopefully I did that right. Let me X this out. And let me X out the 200 of these guys and just go with this one right here. Now if I do Python image open, hey, it did work, nice. So now we have a green rectangle at that specific location. So like right here, we have the 102, 45, and then down over here, you have your 294, 371. And you can see, by the way, whenever I hover over it, look right here, it says green 255, red 0, blue 0. And then like, if you wanted to, you can mess around with this. Like, let's say 120, make this one like a 40. It doesn't really matter. What happens if we do this? I press save and then Q and then run this again. All right, that's extremely ugly. No, I'm not happy with that. Let's make this a 200 and then make the green like a 100. Let's try that out. It's a little tiny bit better. Oh, so it looks like it's actually backwards. So it's red over here, then green, and then blue. So OpenCV works in blue, green, red. So BGR. So if you wanted something to be blue, you would actually put the blue one first, and then you would put that one. So now my blue is much stronger. There you go. Now we have an actual color going on. That's a decent color. There you go. So it's blue, green, and then red. And the thickness and everything else. All right. So that was drawing rectangles. So I believe that was basically, I'm taking notes. I believe that was more of the basic stuff that we want to cover. So the reason we're going over this is because, let me see, I'm not sure exactly where it would be. It should be in the, let's check my cascades. I'll just show you guys a file real quick. Yeah, it's not in there. Let's go into RoboSub then. Yeah, here it is. Okay, cool. So this code right here, if I go nano computer vision no ROS.py, this is kind of like the like one example of what like OpenCV would kind of look like in the object detection side, and we'll kind of be going over this in the next workshop, but actually maybe we should go over this in the next workshop, but it's using that rectangle stuff and all of this. Let's see, actually there's one thing I want to steal from this code, and that's this guy right here. So let me nano image gray.py, and over here we had it so that he was putting in an MP4, right? So we were putting in like a downloaded file, right? But another thing you can do is you can actually, instead of putting in a file, you can actually X all that out and just put 0. And 0 means to access your webcam. So 0 is the webcam like of the computer. If you have an actual webcam, like one you plug in with like a USB, you could type in 1, and that'll access that webcam. And if you have like a second USB webcam plugged in, you can put 2 and you can access the second one. But I don't have any plugged in. I just have the one on my camera, on my laptop. So I just put 0, and that accesses my laptop's webcam. So that's just that line right there. And then I threw in this this if statement. We don't really need it because we're using our laptop's webcam. But they have this command where if like I named mine the camera, right? After I did video capture 0. So if the camera dot is open, so if the camera is not opened, gotta read this like backwards. If the camera is not opened, then print there's no camera plugged in, and wait 5 seconds, and then just pass basically. So this is just, whoops, this is just checking if the webcam is plugged in basically. But this was when I was using an actual webcam instead of my laptop's webcam, so don't worry about that. That should really be it. Let me get out of here. So that was the only line I wanted to steal, was this video capture, and that's 0, changing that .mp4 to 0. And then everything else should be the exact same. So we're taking a frame from my webcam video, and we're reading it, and then we're making that frame gray, and then we're showing the original frame as well as the gray version. And if I go to save, and I go over here and I do Python image gray. Oh, I'm not in the right folder. Hold on. Let me get out of here, and then let me do this, and then I do Python image gray. It failed, can't open camera by index 0. Okay, so let me try a 1. Still can't open. Okay, that's very weird. Let me check this for a second. So it's saying CVT color doesn't want to change the color of this. Okay. Did I mess up the name somewhere? My video, CVT, video capture, frame, my video dot read. Give it the frame, change the color to gray, gray, frame, gray. Video dot release. Everything looks good to me. Let me check over here. I think there's they have another one for getting started with videos. So let's check this one out. So they actually run the same command. So cv.video capture, I wrote that correctly, 0. I could throw this if not in there and just see what happens. let's see. Let me put this right here, and let's see, is the camera not working? Actually, it probably won't run because it's not, there's a problem with the actual code, but let me check this out real quick. Cannot open camera. Okay, so it's having a problem with actually reading this. So let me check this right out. My free trial of Python ended. That's a good one. Let's see here. It might be a problem with my laptop, actually. Because it says it cannot open the camera. Okay, there you go. So pixel format of incoming image is unsupported by OpenCV. That's an interesting one. Webcam is too far. Okay. That's an interesting error. I haven't seen that one before. So we do that. Let me, yeah, NumPy should have nothing to do with this. I'll throw it in just in case. So import NumPy as NP. This should have nothing to do with it, but just in case, we'll try. Yeah, okay, it had nothing to do with it. That's really weird. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. It says that my incoming image is unsupported, which is extremely weird. Gonzo, do you have any thoughts on what's going on here?
I'm not too sure why it's not reading.
Yeah, right? Like, it's perfectly fine, right? What if I,
I think it might be your webcam.
it's something up with the laptop, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Whoopsies.
that command works on mine.
Yeah. Let me comment out the gray portion, just in case that's it. No, so it's not it. So it's having some problem with my laptop's camera. Maybe, yeah, it might just be my laptop problem. If you guys can run this file, it probably would work on yours. I could check my settings. Maybe like my camera is turned off or something. I don't know. No, my camera's, oh, it might be because Zoom is using my camera. That
Oh yeah,
might have something to do. I kind of doubt it, but that might have something to do with it.
maybe.
I could try. Let me try. Let me try stopping video for 1 second, and running this. And oh, what do you know? It was that. Okay, there you go. Okay, so well, you guys can see me now anyway, so I don't have to turn on video. Yeah, so it's lagging, probably lagging pretty hard, but
No, it looks good.
oh, it looks good. Is it? Are you lying to me, or is it actually?
I mean, you look good, and the video looks good.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So there you go. It was just because I was sharing my video at the same time. There you go. So video capture 0, it all works. The other part I was going to show you was this, where you can save this, and let me quit this, and then do this. And there you go. There's a gray version of me and a normal version of me.
Whoa. Now do the edge detection on yourself.
No, I'm gonna look so creepy. Let's do it
Do
anyway.
it.
Let's do it anyway. I'm with you. No, actually, why am I deleting this? Let's have all of them at the same time.
Jesus.
Let's go edgy, edgy is equal to cv2 dot, it was canny, I believe, and then it was frame,
100.
comma, 100,
100.
comma, 200, yep. And then we go cv2 dot I'm show sketch version, comma, edgy. All right, let's see how bad this looks. Let's quit this, run this. Hey, it actually looks cool. Okay, I'll take it. All right, now we got 3 versions of me running. They got the guitar in the background too. That's crazy. That's crazy. What happens
Not
if I
wave your
wave?
hand.
Yeah. All right, yeah, but that's just some of the stuff you can do with too much Aren for me. All right, fine, here you go. Let's close that down. And then let me get my Zoom video running again. Start my video back up. And let me just make sure that it's working. There you go. Flip that around and okay, cool. Yeah, so that's just some of the fun stuff you can do with OpenCV. So yeah, feel free to get this code and just like write it out and try to get yours to do the same thing. If you actually search up OpenCV like commands and stuff, you should be able to find a bunch of different things you can do in here. So oh yeah, we never tried the Ocean version. What was it? Color space Ocean? No, color map underscore Ocean. And then let me comment out the normal version. We don't want to see that. Just so it doesn't lag too hard.
You turned on the camera.
Oh my. All right. There we go. What? Oopsies. Oh, I got a peek of it. It's that bad. Wait, where is it at? Linux. There we go. All right, that's a bit too blue for me.
Smurf.
Yeah, but that's just some of the stuff you can search up. Oh, there's also we missed a few other ones. There's like summer, right?
Yes.
What does summer do? Let's check this one out. At this point, I'm just having fun. I'm not even doing a workshop. Let's see here. Let's quit this and then let's run this. Let's see, how bad is it? The zoom bar keeps getting in the way. Wait, that's gray. That's not summer. Actually, that might be summer. The summer one is a little bit weird, wasn't it? Remember, we were trying it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the summer one for some reason makes things kind of gray. I don't know if it is gray. It might be a little bit different. Maybe mine is glitched or something. I don't know. But yeah, there was summer. Was there any other cool ones besides canny, summer, and ocean? There probably is like a long list of them.
You could do rainbow.
Oh yeah, there was rainbow. I think that was the same thing as like blue, wasn't it? Let's try it out. If I click right here and press Q, and then open up this guy, and oops, and okay, and do that. Yeah, so that's like the same thing as blue, basically. I think it like inverts the colors or something. Let's see, how's the background? Yeah, I'm not too sure what's up with the rainbow. You could probably, if you search up this command, it'll tell you like exactly what it does. That's what I was gonna do here was, if the zoom bar allows me. There we go. OpenCV, color map. Yeah, but these are actually some of the things you might have to do. So like for example, in the RoboSub competition, the water is extremely like murky and it's kind of hard to see through. So maybe one of these OpenCV filters might be able to help you out with that. another one is like at the ASME competition, if the sun is like extremely bright one day, maybe you can have a OpenCV filter that like brings the brightness down. There's like a bunch of different things you can do. I should probably turn my video back on, huh? All right, there we go. Yeah, somebody asked, don't you need to image show the ocean one? Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, you got it. So it's just showing that, it's already showing that down here. Let's see if I click on this guy. There we go. There's your long list of different options. You got deep green, turbo, autumn, jet, winter. If I click on rainbow, oh no, it shows yeah, so it should be doing a rainbow, but for some reason it just makes things blue, which is weird. I'm guessing it like flips all of the red colors to the blue colors, maybe something like that. Let's see which one of these are cool. The Twilight one looks cool. Let's check that one out. Yeah, but I think that was basically, you know what, we're not checking that out. I'm not turning my video on and off again. I think that was basically all like the basic commands that we wanted to show you guys. Just how to bring in an image, bring in a video that you pre-recorded as well as like a live video. Feel free to like try this out if you have like an actual webcam that you can move around. Just change this zero, change that zero right there to a 1. And yeah, putting in the frame and editing the frame and drawing rectangles, and feel free to mess around with all those other different kinds of I guess drawing tools as well. So like circles and ellipses and lines and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the one thing I never showed was text. I can do that super quickly if you guys want. So just copy paste these 2 lines, I guess. And so let me maybe not, yeah, let me not use this one. Let me just use a normal image one. So open up Coke and draw a rectangle, and then now I also want you to do this. So what this is doing is it's putting, let me just fix it. We're giving it my Coke, and then you want to give it, what text do you want it to put? So like I'm going to say, let's just put my name, whatever. Let's just say I want to put my name, and then it's asking where do you want to put it? So in the X and the, I believe this is X and Y, where do you want to put it, right? Yeah, position coordinates. Yeah, so X and Y, where do you want to put it? Our picture is 400 by 400, so let's just try X. X of 10 should be fine. Let's try X of like 100, I guess, like 100 from there, and then maybe like 300 from the top. So 100, 300. And then over here, we defined our font is whatever this font is. And then it's probably the font size and then the color. So our picture is white, so we probably want black text. Actually, let me make it blue text. So that would be like blue, I hope. So blue, BGR, that should be blue. And then we'll leave the rest the same. So yeah, all right, let's save that and let's just see what happens here. So if I do Python, which one was this? This was image open, right? CV is not defined, right? This should be a CV2. Save that and then run this again. Name CV is not defined. Okay, what happened now? This should be a CV2. Okay, let's save and try that again. And CV what? Did I miss it again?
Yeah, on your.
Oh my god. All right, who's missing this time? CV2, 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 image show, my coke, put text, my coke, image show, font, CV2. Okay, looks good this time. Let's try it out. There you go. Okay, so it threw an Aren onto there. It started at 100. All right, so 100, 300 was the bottom left of where it should be. Let's say I wanted it to be like down here. That would be like 65, 400. So let me fix that real quick. Let's try that out. Let's try out 65, 399. Python. There you go. So now it's kind of centered at the bottom. But yeah, so that's adding text to stuff. So like if I, for example, like if I was detecting this Coke, this would be exactly what I would do is I would draw a rectangle around the Coke, right? And then at the top over here, like just above the Coke, I would write like Coca-Cola. So like instead of RN, I would put like Coca-Cola in small text like right above here. And that would be like a nice working object detection stuff. But yeah, that was it for this workshop, just showing you all of the cool commands OpenCV has to offer. And then next time we'll go over the object detection stuff. And then after that, we'll go into lane detection. But yeah, I think that's the end of the workshop. Is there any questions that I didn't cover or anything else? Anything we're confused about? No, we're all good? You liked it? Or cool, yeah. Yeah, so that was just like all the basic commands. It's all pretty self-explanatory right after you get through like installing it basically. Right after installing it, everything after that is kind of like just put dot rectangle and then give it all of the information that you would like assume it would need to know basically. But yeah, that was all about it. Gonzo, did you want to add anything?
No, I think it was a good workshop. The next two are gonna be a lot more in depth.
Yeah, the next two are going to be interesting ones. All right. If there's no questions, I'll end the recording and stop sharing and everything. Okay, let me just figure out how to stop the recording over here.
Wait, look at the thumbnail for the video I got.
Thumbnail? What?
Yeah, I captured a thumbnail for the YouTubes.
Okay, I'll check it out right after I end the recording.
No, show it now.
No, I already know it's Smurf R and I can feel it.
It's
I can
not.
sense it. I can
It's
sense
the edge
blue
one.
R
It's the edge one.
in Discord.
Yeah.
All right,
But show
fine.
everybody. Show everybody.
All right.
That's a perfect thumbnail. You can't tell me it's not.
All right, fine. We'll use that for the thumbnail. How's that? Let me fix. There we go. Okay, that's our thumbnail.
Yep.
Yeah, Aren.
All right, I'll take it. What's up?
Can some? I mean, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but like, can some of this
No.
image processing stuff? Shut the fuck up. Can some of this image processing?
Wow.
He started recording.
He got his
Wait,
revenge.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
No, we're not. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
All right. Anyway, what's the question? Don't worry about it.
Can some of this image processing stuff be used for like analysis, like velocity, positioning, that type of stuff? Like if
I
you have
don't
a video,
know
for example, of our robot, for example, we just like isolate the robot from the rest of the environment.
I don't
with
know if OpenCV has that capability. It might.
okay.
But I mean, you can do that kind of manually as well. Like if you just
You can.
Yeah. So there's a command that you can actually run. I'll show it next time. But basically, it lets you like take every frame that you want. So like I could take like one every like 15 frames if I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your video is running at 60 frames per second, you take one every 15. So you would have a frame every quarter second, right? And
Yeah.
from that, you can easily calculate like how much distance did it move, what's the velocity.
Okay, got it. All right, cool. Thanks.
No problem. All right, sounds good. Let me stop the recording this time.
Yeah. If there's nothing else, Aren, you can just end the meeting. I think we're good though. But
Yeah, all right.
good workshop, man.
Sounds good. Yeah.